Hello, I'm Ali Jennings. Welcome to this Photoshop video tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to enhance light and shadow. So here we have our unprocessed colour digital image, and after I've applied the mono conversion to really enhance the light and shadow within the picture, we'll end up with a picture just like this. And as you can see, really using light and shadow to form the picture and to get this great mono conversion. So we're going to start off within Adobe Camera Raw, and I'm going to show you how to adjust the settings within the Basics tab of Elements to really make the most of the tonal information within your pictures. So I'll just close these down, and if we open up our still life before.gng, and that'll open up within Adobe Camera Raw, and the first thing that we want to do is to crop in to our image. So to do that, we'll just hit C on the keyboard, which will select our crop tool. Make sure that you've got no presets attached to the crop tool, so just make sure that it's set to normal. Then by holding down Shift, clicking and dragging the crop box, we can get a perfect square. So once we can see where the crop box is defined, we can just click into the center and move it into position. And I want the vase to be about dead center. Now at the moment we can see that the shelf is slightly askew, and what we want to do is just to correct that horizon. So if we click the straighten tool, then just click on the far left of the top horizontal of the shelf and drag it across the horizontal and release, and we can now see that it's just skewed the crop box slightly to get our picture into frame. And the final thing I want to do is just to decrease the size of the crop box just to take off the edge of the shelf. So if I just click on one of the anchor points on the corner and just push it in slightly, and that'll constrain the proportion, keeping it square, but just take off that edge that we want to get rid of. Now if I just click the hand tool just to make sure that I don't make any more alterations to the crop tool, and now I want to make sure that I've got my clipping masks switched on. And the reason I'm going to do this is just to make sure that I get the most from my highlights and shadows within the picture. So to switch those on, just hit U and O on your keyboard, or you can switch those on just by clicking the small arrows in the top left and right of the histogram, and you can just see if they're switched on, firstly by just seeing if there's any of the clipping masks appearing on screen. If you've got a perfectly exposed picture, then you can just double check by seeing a small white line going around that triangle. So if I just click it off, you'll see that white line disappear. Click it back on and you can just see that appearing in the top left there. Okay, the red that you see here by the blinds means that we're getting some highlights clipped, and the blue at the bottom of the blinds and around the thistles just shows that some of our shadows are being clipped. So now that we've got those switched on, we can start to correct white balance, correct the exposures to make the very most of our light and shadow. So I'll leave you to get on with the cropping, and I'll join you in the next part where we'll start to tackle the light and shadow issues.